What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with Let's Get Into the Blogs, you guys. So this is going to be Let's Get Into the Blogs, and this is going to be the hot topics for the week of, we are on the week of June the 28th, right? Through July the 4th. So before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date, having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, you guys, and sharing the video. And with that out of the way, you guys, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, guys, so this is, let's get into the blogs number 143. So, and it's also Independence Day, so if y'all celebrate it, happy Independence Day. For me personally, I don't celebrate it. It's just a regular ass day for me. So it's a regular day that, you know, you don't have to work. And I was already off work. So yeah, if you celebrate Independence Day, happy Independence Day. That's all I got to say. If you're just enjoying the holiday, enjoy the holiday. Let me know what y'all cooking. If y'all are cooking today, tell me what y'all cooking. I would love to know. I really would love to know. Shame to find out what my people are doing today. Again, not that I celebrate this holiday, but hey, let's go ahead and talk about what's hot, you guys. Shall we? All right, guys, so the first thing that I want to talk about is Beyonce. Now, y'all know my girl was down there, which I did not get to see her. I didn't go to Houston to see her. Now, I know I told y'all that I was going to Atlanta. I'm still debating about Atlanta, you guys. Part of me wants to go to Atlanta to see her, but then another part of me is like, that's like, so next Friday is the concert, and it's the 11th, and you guys know my birthday is the 16th, so I want to do something for my birthday. So I don't want to take 2 trips. I don't want to go to Atlanta and then come back home, 2 days later, and then be going somewhere again another 2 days. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I do know that she's going to be in Vegas on the 25th, which is 2 weeks after my birthday. So we may do the 25th or the 26th. I'm not sold on either one of them yet. I'm not even really sold on going to the here's the thing. I've been listening to the set list, right? And listening to the set list, I've actually grown to really like Cowboy Carter a lot more than I did when it first came out. Like when Cowboy Carter came out, I listened, and here's the thing, I will say I do still listen to Cowboy Carter currently, but I don't listen to every single song on Cowboy Carter. I don't listen to. There are some songs that I like more than others. But listening to the set list, I was like, oh, I've grown to like this album. So I'm kind of on the fence of, do I want to go? Do I not want to go? I'm on the fence when it comes to that, right? But again, she was in Houston this past weekend, right? And I think this was the first night she was in Houston. Y'all know she be sitting in that car and it's in the air. Child, while she was in the air in Houston, it leaned to the side. Sittin Sidewayz, boys in the days. Sittin Sidewayz, boys in the days. And she put that on her Instagram. I was like, Beyonce, this ain't the time for you to joke with us. But that is my song. And if you guys from Texas, you know that song. Man, like that takes me back to my college days. Sittin Sidewayz, boys in the days. Sittin Sidewayz. Because I'm actually finna pull it up for you guys because I want y'all to see her. Because I was like, girl, no, you will not. No, you will not. I'm sorry. I'm trying to click on the video, but I'm getting nothing but these workout people. These people who work out. Like, I hate my algorithm on Instagram because whenever I click on people's stories, right? Whenever you click on somebody's story, get to the end of the story, then there's an ad that comes up. If it's not an ad, it's somebody else's profile that's being promoted to me. I'm like, I didn't ask for this. Like, I even hate the suggested, like, because I turned my suggested off for 30 days because it's like, if I wanted to follow these people, I would follow these people. But I don't follow these people. So why are y'all suggesting people to me that I don't follow, I don't want to follow? But yeah, this is her. Like, look at her. She trolls. Cause she was sitting sideways, and that's actually what her caption is. Sitting sideways. Is that Paul Wall? I think that's Paul Wall, right? Yeah, that's Paul Wall. I thought it was. When did that song come out? Sittin Sidewayz featuring Big Pokey. Man, I ain't heard Big Pokey in years. Is he still with us? Cause I ain't heard Big Pokey's name in so long. And the crazy thing is, with Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Lil Flip, Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Lil Flip, Slim Thug, Zero. All of them are like older than me, and they were when I was like a little bitty. They were doing music when I was a little bitty boy. I remember them selling them fucking mixtapes, and it was a cassette tape. Cause my cousin had Lil Flip's mixtape. My cousin had, and that's when Lil Flip. Well, he still. No, Lil Flip was a little bit little at back in that time, but I mean he big Flip at this. Well, he ain't big Flip, but whatever. Neither here nor there. But yeah, yeah, Beyonce. My girl was sitting sideways. My girl was sitting sideways. And I was scared for her. I was scared for my girl. But hey, you know, she is the consummate professional. And that's all I got to say about Beyonce. She is the consummate professional. I know she was sitting up there like, if y'all don't get me out this motherfucking car. But she's still smiling and looking down at the audience. I was like, girl, it wouldn't be me. Because I'd be looking like, if y'all don't get me out this motherfucker today, bitch. Today. But yeah, that's really all I want to talk about with Beyonce. We can go ahead and move on to our next story, you guys. Shall we? All right, you guys, so the next story. Remy Ma. Remy, girl, you doing a lot. If it ain't Papoose and Clarissa, you stand in the news for dumb shit, right? So Remy Ma confronted the daughter of the man that her son allegedly unalived, right? What is her son's name? I forget what her son's name is. So it says, so I'm reading this, right? So it says Remy Ma, and she was also arrested too. Remy Ma was recently detained by police after getting into a fiery argument outside of a courthouse in New York City. It says earlier this week, Remy Ma got into a heated verbal altercation with a woman named Jasmine Dior outside a New York City courthouse. Dior is reportedly the daughter of Darius, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The man, Remy's son, Jbsayzwhat, is charged for allegedly unaliving. Footage of the incident quickly began making its rounds online. In it, the woman alleges that Remy challenged her to fight off camera. Girl, I know you lied to me, Remy. You challenged to fight this girl. And your son allegedly unalived her father. Why? Remy, because you wanted to fight that Clarissa girl, right? I don't know why. Remy. I thought you had, gotten a hold of yourself, but, I guess you didn't. After popping your ex-friend, whatever. It says, so this is a quote. It says, "Come on, beat me up," the Bronx artist said before the video ended. Ultimately, the femc was detained by police before the situation escalated any further. After the courthouse confrontation, Dior hopped online to share her side of the story. She accused Remy of lacking compassion and being dismissive throughout the court proceedings. It says, quote, You would have thought I did something to you, she explained at the time. Realistically, I can never speak to my father again. You can see your son. Now Dior has taken to social media once again to discuss the ordeal, alleging that Remy has been disrespectful since the first time she saw her in court. The first time she ever came to court, she was in her car, putting her middle finger up, doing mad weird shit, she alleged, as captured by the neighborhood talk. Like, who does that? At the end of the day, I'm the victim, and you don't have to care about what your son did. You don't have to care, but come to court and be respectful, period. I ain't do nothing to you, sweetie. So what you mad for? She went on, insisting that she's not interested in chasing clout and only confronted Remy due to her alleged behavior in the courtroom. Scott was arraigned last month on an indictment in the 2021 shooting of, the girl's father. He's charged with alleged murder in the first and second degrees, 4 counts of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree, reckless endangerment in the first degree. Yikes. And I agree with the young lady. I agree with the young lady. I agree with her. I don't think she's looking for clout. She's just going to court because she wants justice for what allegedly happened to her father. Her father was allegedly murdered by Remy's son. So she wants to get justice for her father. She wants to see this play out. Can you blame her for that? Absolutely not. So for her to say that Remy's come to court being disrespectful to the court, yeah, I would feel a way too. Like, you don't have to respect me. You don't have to care about me. But at least show some respect for the courts. I get what the young lady is saying, and I'm honestly not mad at her. But for Remy to want to fight this girl, what does fighting this girl do for you? What does it prove to you? Even if you fight this girl, let's say you fight this girl, let's say you beat this girl up, what is that going to do for your son? Only thing it's going to do is land you behind bars with your son for abuse, violence. So what does that accomplish, Remy? What you should be focused on and worried about is your son. Either getting your son the best criminal defense attorney that you can find that can, sway a jury to believe what he's saying, which I don't know what her son is saying, but that's where your energy should be, with your son and not on this girl. Like I said, this young lady's father was taken away from her. All this young lady wants is for the wheels of justice to play out, and hopefully, if your son is guilty, he's found guilty, and she can move on with her life and she can put the pieces together, because again, her father was the victim. She's the victim. So I don't know how Remy is now making, Remy is doing a lot. I want Remy to go seek some help and sit on somebody's couch. Figure out that anger. Like, Remy, you got anger management issues. Go figure out them anger issues. That's what I need you to do expeditiously. Because again, you got detained for something so trivial and so stupid. You want to have an issue with this young lady, and again, I'm going to ask the question, what is your purpose for having an issue with her? Once again, I'm going to reiterate it. Her father's life was taken. She is her father's daughter. So what are you mad at her for? She ain't done nothing to you. She has been wronged. Her father was wronged. They are allegedly, your son took her father out. So again, your focus needs to be on your child and the fact that he may be in prison for the rest of his life. And again, worry about getting him a great attorney that can, hopefully prove his innocence. I don't know. Girl, you got a lot more shit to worry about than this young lady. She's not your concern. Now, I can see it if actually, no, I can't. Because if the girl says something to you, then shit, she said something to you. I'm going to repeat it one more time. It was her father's life that was taken. So she is just as adversely affected by this as her father, who is no longer here. Remy, go get help. That's all I got to say to you. So let's pause here, you guys, and move on to the next story, shall we? All right, guys, so the next story, Real Housewives of Atlanta. For the season finale that have just come up, we are getting a lot of information about people from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this is coming to us from Us Weekly about Kelly Farrell, you guys. So it says Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kelly Farrell sued over alleged 5-figure credit card debt. I was like, wow, Kelly. So it says Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kelly Farrell was sued by a debt collector over an alleged 5-figure bill, Us Weekly can exclusively report. According to court documents filed on May 5th, obtained by Us, Navy Federal Credit Union filed a complaint against Kelly. The suit alleges that Kelly owes a total of $26,434.86. The credit union said they demanded payment, but Farrell has failed, neglected, and refused to make payment upon the account. The suit demanded the entire unpaid balance plus attorney's fees. Kelly's rep tells us Kelly has not been served with any paperwork from Navy Federal Credit Union, which is an account that was shared with her now ex-husband. Due to her ex-husband currently being in the middle of bankruptcy proceedings, we cannot comment on this matter. In response to Kelly's statement, her husband's rep tells us he was removed from all joint and business accounts, including those with Navy Federal Credit Union and Truist Bank. During the divorce proceedings in 2022, he has no knowledge of any loans or transactions initiated by Kelly after his removal from those accounts. They added, the current legal dispute between Navy Federal Credit Union and Ms. Kelly A. Farrell is strictly between those two parties, not her husband. It says he is not named in the lawsuit and has had no involvement in the matter. We find it deeply troubling that her ex-husband's name continues to be invoked in matters to which he has no connection. This pattern of blame shifting 3 years post-separation and divorce appears designed to divert public scrutiny from Ms. Farrell's financial difficulties, the rep ended. Back in April, Kelly was hit with a separate lawsuit over an alleged 6-figure debt owed to the landlord for her restaurant, Nana, which we've already talked about that one. Kelly, girl. Oh, I mean, like I said, first it was the remember this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, that Nana's Chicken and Waffles that she was opening up, that's the one that hit her with the first lawsuit. And now this Navy Federal Credit Union for $26,000. Kelly. I like you, Kelly. But girl, are you broke? And it ain't nothing wrong if you are. Hopefully, you know, if you come back for season 17 of Housewives of Atlanta, that paycheck goes up a little bit and you are able to pay off the debt for the restaurant and pay off this credit card debt. Because, yikes, you are really... I know I made a joke in my live about, you know, Sheree when they said her restaurant would open between spring and summer, but it's kind of looking, it's looking like a little bit of charade over here. That's just what I feel. You guys can tell me what you think, what you feel, and we will discuss that in the comment section. You guys, since we're talking about Housewives of Atlanta, let's just briefly talk about Kenya real quick. Because Kenya, so you guys know Kenya has her YouTube channel, right? So last week Kenya did, she talked about the reunion fashions, which I had a problem with her talking about the reunion fashions, right? Get it how you live, Kenya. Then we also saw her take a picture with Peter. That's where I was kind of like, Kenya, what you doing? Like, why are you taking a picture with Peter? But okay, cool, whatever. I felt like it was a dig towards Cynthia. Then I did see a picture of Peter, Cynthia, Peter, Kenya, Ms. Lawrence, and I believe it was Sheree. I think that's the four that was in that picture, right? But then somebody posted the picture and cropped Peter out of the picture, and it was just Kenya, Ms. Lawrence, and Sheree. So then I believe Kenya was on her her YouTube channel again this week, which I will say, Kenya's very, Kenya has become consistent with her YouTube channel, and I'm here for it because she does talk about things that's going on currently. So I'm here for it. I don't have a problem with it. Also, she did talk about, was it on her YouTube channel that she talked about Cynthia and Peter? Because she said that Peter was more interesting than Cynthia was, which, I mean, I'm not mad at her for saying that, because I think we've said that over the years that Peter was more interesting than Cynthia was on the show. But I'm just wondering, why is why is Kenya doing it now? But I mean, okay, Kenya girl, get it how you live. I'm not mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. But yeah, you guys, that's really all I wanted to talk about with that. Again, tell me I want you guys to just tell me what you think and feel. Me personally, I honestly think Kenya is doing all this stuff to stick it to Cynthia, because Cynthia, I guess in Kenya's mind, didn't have her back with the whole Brit Edie of it all. But hey, you guys, like I said, you'll tell me what you think, what you feel, and we'll discuss it down in the comment section below. But let's pause here, you guys, and we are going to go ahead and wrap up this week, shall we? All right, you guys, so the last thing that I want to talk about is not really a big story, but it is, you guys know Nelly and Ashanti have their show on Peacock, right? And I think all the episodes are up. Let me go take a look. But I believe all the episodes are up on Peacock currently for their show. And I have not sat down and watched the show. I'm probably going to watch it at some point this weekend. I do have it in my list of shows to watch. So I will be watching it at some point this weekend. So really and truly, the only thing that I'm going off of are the clips that I've saw. Yeah, so Nelly and Ashanti, it is, it consists of 8 episodes. So each episode is either 30 minutes or less, which I'm like, okay, I can get through that. Yeah, 30 minutes, because the first episode is 38 minutes, the second one is 30, the third one is 27, the fourth one is 32, the fifth one is 29, sixth is 26. The 7th episode is 30 minutes, and then the last episode is 28 minutes long, right? So we know the story of Nelly and Ashanti. They were together in the early 2000s. They broke up, and we know he's been in different relationships. He was with that Chantel girl. They were together up until the pandemic, right? And then they broke up, and then that's when he got back with Ashanti. And so when he got back with Ashanti, Ashanti got pregnant, they got married, and this is all, like I said, this is all really based on the clips that I've saw. I have not watched the season yet, so I'm just going solely based on the clips. So, and some of the things that I've saw in the clips, I was like, oh, you really said that to your not pregnant, but your wife? So the first thing that I saw was, you guys know Ashanti's life mostly she's been in New York, right? So she see, these are things that y'all gotta talk about before y'all have kids and get married, right? Where we gonna live? Are you gonna be a hands-on parent? Like, these are conversations that you gotta have, because he was willing to give her the world, but he don't want to be it sounds like he don't want to be hands-on with this baby, right? Until the baby can tell him, when he's hungry, and when he can go to the bathroom on his own. I was like, so you gonna make her wake up? And then he was joking about being able to sleep through the night while the baby cries. I was like, that's not something to joke about. But Ashanti, if you like it, I love it for you, but I really don't love it for you. But if you like it, then it is what it is, right? So then, he said all that stuff, right? Like I said, she's primarily based in New York, but he's in St. Louis, and he ain't really trying to make the move from St. Louis to New York, because everything of his is in St. Louis. So it feels like she has to suck every, just be like, okay, you don't want to do this, so like there's no compromise. And then he's talking about, he's 50 years old. Well, sir, you knew you was 50 when you was having sex with Ashanti, who is 44 years old. You obviously knew she wanted to have a baby. So, the fuck? Again, if she likes it, I love it, but it just would be a no for me. But like I said, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna actually end up watching it this weekend at some point. What I may end up doing is I may just come on here. I'm not gonna do a review of every episode. I know that for a fact. That's not something that I want to do. If you guys are interested in episodic reviews, I know Scotty is doing it, and I know T has done it. I don't know anybody else that has reviewed the show, but I know Scotty and T have done episodic reviews of Nelly and Ashanti. But like I said, for me personally, I'm not doing episodic reviews. I just don't want to talk. I don't want to do it. Then, I know that it was mentioned about him performing for Taco, and she wasn't really here for it. I kind of figured she wouldn't be here for it. I can't imagine anybody who would be here for him performing for that man. Like, I wish he would just say it was just for the money. And then he said some negative things about Kamala. It's like, you're a fucking idiot. But that's all I got, you guys. That's really all we got this week. Wasn't a whole lot of stuff to talk about. But let me know what you guys thought about everything that I discussed in this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications, you guys. Share the video. And until the next time, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Now, we do this every single week. Same time, same place, same channel. You guys know, if you guys don't see it at 10 a.m. on Friday morning, which you guys are not going to see this at 10 a.m. on Friday because it is after 11 a.m. So you guys will see this at 4:30 if everything goes right when it comes down to me editing this video. And if not, if you don't see it at 4:30, you'll see it at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Also, you guys, some of you may be happy to hear this. Actually, before we get to that, let's talk about what else I got coming up. So there's no Beyond the Gates this week, guys. And you guys know, Really Beyond, I did our review live yesterday. So go check out the replay of that. It was on my channel. Also, well, it was on both of our channels, but I was the one that hosted it. But it was on both of our channels. So go watch it on my channel. Go watch it on Really B's channel and help both of us out. So no Beyond the Gates this week. There's really nothing coming on this week. So what I'm gonna do for this week, on my Ranger channel, my channel where I do Power Rangers, we're gonna add Marvel. So I am almost finished with episode 1 of Ironheart. So episode 1 of Ironheart, if you guys don't see that review tonight, well, later today, you guys will see it sometime on Saturday. And also, you guys, I have been thinking for the last few days, JB, do you want to do Divorce Sisters? So, to anybody who's asked me if I was going to review Divorce Sisters, I'm going to do it, you guys. So, what I'm going to do with Divorce Sisters is I'm going to do one episode at a time to get myself caught up. Because I think episode 5 just aired yesterday, I believe, episode 4 episode 5, my bad. Episode 5 just aired yesterday, so I'm gonna watch episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they'll all be up at some point over the next week. That's my goal. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got. I will catch you guys in the next video. So if you don't see Divorce Sisters and Ironheart today, which is Friday, you guys will see them on Saturday. So Divorce Sisters will be on Jbsayzwhat, and Ironheart will be on Jbsayzwhat, you guys. And that's all I got. And yeah, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This was a very short. Let's get into the blogs, but it really wasn't much to discuss. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off of here. I hope you guys, also I want to say this before we get off. Since this is the 4th of July, I hope that you guys have a great, safe weekend. Do not drink and drive. Please don't drink and drive, you guys. If you do drink, make sure you call an Uber, a Lyft, have a designated driver, a sober buddy. do whatever you guys got to do to make sure that y'all get y'all answers home safely, so that way we can always come back, so we can be back here next week to discuss all of our shows. And that is it, you guys. I'm gonna hop off of here and I am going to get the rest of my day started. So yeah, you guys, I'll catch you guys later. Bye, y'all.